Pule House now, where ANC spokesperson Pule Mabe is going to discuss the issue of non-payment to ANC staff.
The situation of our staff and the options that they have opted to follow, including not coming to work effective from today. The ANC management will continue to engage with staff representatives on their grievances with a view to find a solution so that we can resume normal operations. Of course, the leadership of the African National Congress, the Office of the Secretary General, and all of us members of the National Executive Committee who are full-time here in the ANC will continue to make sure that we run the affairs of the African National Congress. We communicate with staff representatives. We give them updates on what is being done to attend to their grievances. We did have a meeting last night convened by the Deputy Secretary General together with all provincial secretaries to reflect on the situation and be able to then look at various options that exist. We understand the ANC, like all other political parties, has been hardest hit by the kind of economic situation that we find ourselves in because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The TGO, the Treasurer General's Office, is also working around the clock to make sure that we could be able to deal with this situation in a manner that responds to the plight of our own employees. We did thank our employees for the commitment and dedication they displayed, especially during the time when we had to do submissions to the IEC. We understood that they are doing so under serious strain, at times not being paid on time and all of that, but they had put their organization first. We understand the option that they have now taken, and we will be in touch with them through their own staff representatives to update them. But we ourselves, as the leadership of the ANC, will continue to make sure that we could steer the ship and do everything possible to make sure that the ANC could still be able to discharge its own responsibilities on the ground. Yes, Marcel.
From ANC. I have a couple of questions. Firstly, as a National Executive Committee, did you guys receive your salaries on time? Were you paid on time compared to these other employees? The second one is, how is the ANC going to be able to give service to the people of the country when it can't even pay its own employees? Thirdly, the TG said something to the effect of staff at Pule House possibly being cut by about 50% or 60%. Is this something that you are considering, and how's the party in your manifesto and in your promises you say that you want to make sure that there's employment? So if that does happen, how do you tell people that you are a party that can create employment? How do you make sure that the ANC government that you run can create employment if you let go of staff?
Can I also add some, Mr. Mabe?
Yes.
What can you attribute this to? Is the current administration failing to raise funds? The second question that I had, elections are around the corner. You guys are a governing party and you're failing to pay your own staff. How should people have confidence that you're still in charge when you're failing to pay your staff?
Well, like I had said, perhaps maybe to start with the question that Masejo had raised about NEC members. Well, we sit in the very same situation that our own, those that are in our employ sit in, and sometimes we even go for a much longer period ourselves. It's just that we are understanding the situation of the organization and are opting not to perhaps follow some of the actions that the employees could be following. I mean, imagine if all of us were to do that. What will happen to this over 100-year-old organization of Nelson Mandela? We from political parties rely on donations to be able to do their own work, as well as political party funding that comes from Parliament through the relevant appropriation. So the situation in the country has, and I'm sure across the globe, has not been well, especially for many corporate citizens, for companies that would have otherwise have made contributions. Thresholds have been changed And a lot more is being done. I can tell you now, a lot more is being done. Our Treasurer General is working around the clock that we could be able to find the situation that is obtaining now. We have also made a call to the entire leadership of the African National Congress, those in the National Executive Committee, and to our members to use platforms such as the Progressive Citizens Forum, the Progressive Business Forum, to be able to assist the ANC to meet and fulfill its own obligations. Because the ANC is not a small organization, it's big, and the ANC has got big obligations. We exist in 53 regions. We've got offices in 9 provinces. We've got this head office of the ANC. We've got many other things that we are expected to perform. We've got organizing departments that has got to run with membership and all of that. We've just rolled out a new membership system. We have got calendar events like your January 8th. Every year we celebrate our own anniversary. We've got an array of activities that we are expected to undertake as an organization. And we are able to perform all of those tasks from time to time because of the commitment and dedication displayed by our own staff. So we understand the situation that we are now finding ourselves in and are doing everything else possible in our power to make sure that we deal with it. What the ANC will not do is that it will not, when it faces challenges, not communicate with its own staff members, because we need them to be able to, make the relevant arrangements on how, one, they pay their own debts from time to time, deal with their own debit orders, fulfill their own household obligations and commitments. I mean, people who work for the ANC, many are breadwinners in their own families. Many have got kids who are going to school, some at tertiary level and all of that. Many have got to provide when there are family funerals and, such kind of things. We understand that. We come from such backgrounds ourselves. But we have got to make sure that we steer the ship, do everything else in our power to find solutions. And we must also thank those that have, from time to time, extended their hand to be able to assist the African National Congress under these trying times. But the ANC is not being liquidated. We are still an organization, and we will be able to make sure that we hold the fort together. So we are not going to renege on our responsibilities to lead the people of this country because they are salary problems.